Hello and good evening everybody. So if you're looking at this particular video, I hope that you have fully understand what is divisional performance for management accountants. So to further enhance the mastery of this particular topic, let's do one tutorial. So singular berhad is split into two divisions, A, B, each with their own cost and revenue stream. So that means, remember that divisions are divided into three: cost center, profit center, and investment centers. If a particular division has its own cost and revenue streams, that means it is profit center, because revenues minus cost equals to profit. Now, each of the division is managed by a division manager who has the power to make all investment decisions within the division. The cost of capital for both division is 8%, mind the typo. Historically, investment decisions have been made by calculating the return on investment, the ROI of any opportunities at present, and the return on investment of each division is 11%. The new manager has been recently appointed in Division A, as argued that using residual income to make investment decisions will result in better goal congruence throughout the company. Each division is currently considering the following separate investment: capital required 4.5 million, 6 million, sales generated 1.8 million, 2.3 million, net profit margin is 25%, 30%, and the company's. So number one, let's calculate the ROI, and then let's calculate the residual income, and then let's comment on the results. Because as management accountants, the most important thing for you to do is that you want to give the best decision for the managers to uptake. You want to find the best solution, you want to find the best countermeasures for the particular division. So let's see the answers. So how do we first do it? First of all, remember, how do we calculate ROI? ROI equals to, how do we calculate ROI, return on investment? So most important part is that we take the profit and then we divide it by the capital invested. So the sale is 1.8 million, net profit margin is 25%, so 25% times with 1.8 million equals to 450,000. So 450,000, if we divide it by the capital, 450,000 we divide it with the capital of 4.5 million, we will get an ROI of 10%. So division B, net profit of 2.3 million, however has a net profit margin of 30%. Hence when we times it, we will get a 690,000 profit. So 690,000 over 6 million equals to the ROI for B. So so for the question, the ROI for division A will become 10%, and ROI for division B is 11.5%. So from the ROI alone, we will see that division A will not take the new investment decision, simply because the previous investment decision has resulted in a higher ROI of 11% instead of the now 10%. However, for division B, it will partake in the new investment, simply because after the new investment, the ROI will become 11.5% as we calculated as to the 11%. However, that is why Division A argued that using residual income to make investment decision would result in a better goal congruence. So let's calculate the division income. So the residual income. So as stated before, residual income is the profit minus with the COC or WACC or any other term. Remember, we use substance over form, so it can be the COC, it can be the WACC, it can be the weighted average cost of capital. So let's find cost of capital for both division is 8%. So remember, how do we find residual income? In which that we take the net profit times the sale generated investment, then we get net profit margin times with sale generated, net profit margin times with sale generated, we got our profit. Our profit minus with COC. How do we find COC? 8% of capital required, capital invested, 4.5 million. So 8% of 4.5 million equals to 360,000. And the profit is 450,000 for A. Hence 450,000, the profit minus with the contractual obligation that we have to pay, and we will get 90,000. 90,000 is our residual income for A. So now let's look at B. So how do we calculate B? Sales generated by investment times with 30% to get our profit, minus with 6 million times with 8% to get our contractual obligation. So you will get 690,000 for residual income, for the profit, and 480,000 for the imputed interest charge. Therefore, we get a 210. Therefore, looking at this, we will also B will undertake the new investment. So from this alone, however, we have to actually look at it from multiple perspectives. Perspective 1, it will not take the investment simply because the ROI is 10% and the return on investment once is 11%. However, from another perspective, the residual income increase. The residual income is 90,000 compared to this particular residual income of compared to this particular residual income. So you as the manager, you as the management accountant, needs to give the best advice to the manager so that they know, is it A, should we invest in A, should we invest in B? So now let's look at some of the suggested answers. If a decision about whether to proceed with the investment is made based on ROI, possible that manager decision A will reject. Remember, because it has a ROI of 10% instead of the previous pre-investment, the ROI is 11%. Investment as will bring ROI. However, for division B, it has an increase of 0.5%. So therefore, the investment we should always partake the investment for division B. However, we actually have to look what's best for the companies, because like if you look at the company as a whole instead of by divisions, residual income of division A is 90,000. That is higher than we have to understand that any positive residual income is something that all managers should do. So if you as a manager of division S has to report this, simply because if you were to partake in this venture, it will have a decrease in ROI. However, you will have a healthy residual income, in which actually will be healthy for the company as a whole. Simply because division B is 100%, they should partake simply because the residual income is good, 210%, and the ROI becomes better at 11.5%. However, for division A, you will need to have some form of conversations, simply because for the benefit of the overall company, the residual income is 90,000, in which it is a positive number, then we should be taking it. However, if the division manager were to look at his ROI, it will have a decrease. Therefore, it means that he's not doing well. Therefore, as a management accountant, you need to advise your manager to partake the investment if it will bring long-term goals for the company, because long-term goals better for the company, it will make the division manager to become good. However, if he is solely based on the ROI, then he may opt to not take the investment. So that is all for divisional performance measurement. That is the entirety chapter. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always put in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening.